So everybody's talking about Francis Ngannou versus Tyson Fury. People are saying this is the biggest robbery in boxing history. People are saying you already know who won this fight. Some people are speculating they didn't want to give it to Francis because they knew straight up that Francis would be embarrassing the best champion they've ever had. And you know why they say that is Francis is technically a 0-0 competitor in boxing. Yes, he's an MMA world champion, but he beat up the best pound for pound heavyweight fighter. And a lot of people are like, nah, they couldn't have that. Some people are saying the fight was fixed. So no matter how Tyson Fury looked in the fight, he would win the match, regardless if he was getting rocked, he was getting punched. It was obviously an 8-10 round. Yes, 10 points go to Ngannou, 8 points go to Tyson Fury. That is considered a beatdown in the third round. And here is what happened. And as you clearly see, Francis lands a big, huge punch that puts Tyson Fury on his ass. And people can say whatever they want. That was a 10-8 round. Tyson Fury lost it. Tyson Fury didn't land much. Some people say Tyson Fury, like Michael Bisping was saying, Tyson Fury looked tired. He didn't look good. He was clinching a lot. People like Demetrius Johnson said, of course Francis won. He was a 0-0 competitor, and he took it to Tyson Fury. He was there to whoop some ass, not just show up for a paycheck. Tyson looked embarrassed. Nobody thought Francis would knock him down. Nobody in the boxing community said he could do anything. People said, oh yeah, he has heavy hands in MMA, but he's just another stupid MMA guy who wants to go do boxing. I think he's a better boxer than he is an MMA guy. I think with the small gloves, he can land punches and knock people out. Even in the boxing game, against the best fighter in the world, the best pound for pound, best boxer. They claim he's better than Mike Tyson. He's better than Evander Holyfield. He's better than Joe Frazier. He's better than Muhammad Ali. People say he's the best guy that's ever competed in the heavyweight division. And he took it to him like this, and he looked this terrible. The reason, like Chael Sonnen, Michael Bisping, and people like Demetrius Johnson all said, was this fight like rigged? Were they always gonna judge him no matter what to win because he has the Usyk fight? And if he would have lost to Ngannou, if Francis would have won by knockout or stoppage, would they have said, oh, the Usyk fight is off, we need an automatic rematch? Because that's embarrassing that a MMA guy, yes, an MMA guy who hasn't competed in over 400 days comes into a boxing fight with an 0-0 record and 2 amateur fights and dominates and wins. They couldn't let that happen. At the end of the day, you cannot tell me that Francis Ngannou impressed everybody. Boxers, athletes, whoever tuned into the fight. You cannot say that dude who came in from the UFC, who had a very tough upbringing, a very tough life, did not show up to win, to whoop some ass, to actually be a winner, and not just a guy who got in there and said, well, I was an MMA guy, I just hung and tried to win. Because a lot of these guys who get in there with like Anderson Silva, they get in there with Mike Tyson, they get in there with Fedor Emelianenko, they get in there with these people like John Jones, they just go, I'm just going to see if I can survive. They don't have the mentality of, no, I'm going in there to whoop some ass, win this fight, and become the baddest man on the planet. So, to be honest, I think Francis got screwed out of the win. I can see why a lot of people would say, well, he didn't win. Well, I look at it like this. If you have a guy who got knocked down in the actually knocked down and had a standing 10 count, that is the loser. Because out of the full fight, Francis didn't get wobbled. Francis didn't back up and look scared. Francis wasn't the guy that got knocked down. Francis was the guy who landed the punch. Francis was the guy that was beating him up in the clinch. Francis was landing more power shots. But if you look at the so-called scoring cards, the way it was scored round for round and how many punches, it was a very close fight. So I can see how it went to Tyson Fury. I could see how their judges were like, yeah, well, Tyson did eke out the win. I can see that. But at the end of the day, most people are saying that Tyson Fury lost and it was a screw job by the judges. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just impressed with how good Ngannou looked in this fight. But as always, it's your boy Trevor back with another breakdown of combat sports. I'll see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching. Bye-bye.